Ladies and gentlemen, it's the main event. It is Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's the next stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour. It is the running of the Coca-Cola 600. Expect to see should be a great race here today at Charlotte, as it always seems to be. On the pole at 186 miles an hour is car number 7. It's Jasmine Acosta. Alongside of her is the 26 of Sam Young. An all-Ford front row, and in fact, an all-Ford top 5, as a matter of fact. Row 2 is Johnny Gardner in car number 2, and the 21 of Pichu London. Row 3 to 6 car of Jeremy Stegall, and the 30 of Cole Moore, the highest General Motors qualified car in the field. Row number 4, Dalton Day in car 17, and the 4 of Dion Scott, and here's the command to fire him up.
Drivers, start your engines!
Here's the command to give and fire the engines. Row number 5, Cameron Gilson and Red Bell, a pair of Pontiacs. Row 6, Ann Batson in the 3, and the 52 of Sean Henley. Row number 7 has 25 of Aaron Williams and the 75 of Ty Sheets. Row number 8, Zed Weinstein and Dylan Young. Row 9, Charles Jackson and Trent Dunham. And row 10 has Nick Baxter and Cody Lamas. The pace car about to duck out of car number 4 here at Charlotte. The field lined up in 2x2 formation. About to get this 40-lap party started here at Charlotte. The green flag about to wave. And boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. Dalton Day makes it 3 wide on the inside of Jeremy Stegall and Cole Moore. That breaks the all-Ford top 5 we had in qualifying, as Dalton Chevrolet breaks into the top 5 spot now. And oh! On the corner number 40 coming in, and oh! Cameron Gilson's turned Dalton Day around. Up the track he goes. Jonathan Ramey's crashed. The big one has happened on the second lap. Chris Thornton's flipped over. Leo Walker's crashed. Cole Daly, Rush Gardner, Jack Richards, Keith Batson. Justin Williams has got damage to his car. Mike Becker looks clean. So does Dylan Poteet. Dale Keselowski's crashed. Rush Gardner and Pichu London leads the second lap of the race, as the yellow flag undoubtedly flies. Obviously, Joshua Osborne a little damage to his car. Theo Stegall's crashed as well. Jonathan Ramey headed into pit road. Let's look at the crash again in replay. This is absolutely. It all started with the 7 here. Dalton Day is actually making a run for the front, actually in the 17 car. It's having a third turn now. Now here's what started this whole thing. He almost turned Johnny Gardner and Theo Stegall around, and it was 4 wide. Watch Cameron Gilson in 57. Johnny Gardner's going to shove Dalton into Cameron Gilson, or into Dalton Day. It shoves Gilson into Dalton Day, sends Dalton around. Cameron bulldozes in. Now watch Dalton go back up the track into Jonathan Ramey. And he's going to put Trent Dunham. There's Chris Thornton up and over. Adrian Becker got squeezed into the wall in car number 11. Ryan Cooper wall scrapes his car. Joshua Osborne spinning. A little damage to Keith Batson's car. Let's go for a ride with Chris Thornton. This was the scariest crash of them all on this one. And Jack Richards also hit Rush Gardner in the 27. And even after all that, Chris Dawson's still on the racetrack. Some of the cars are still running. The cars out of the race, Jonathan Ramey, Leah Walker, and Theo Stegall has all crashed out of the race. About 10 cars involved. So Chris Thornton in car 66 will be starting inside of Pichu London in the number 21 Citgo Ford. It's a 1991 model Thunderbird he's driving. As the vehicle comes off of corner number 4, Sam Young's in second position, Johnny Gardner's third, Jasmine Acosta's in fourth, and fifth is Red Bell in car 43. Ford sweep the top 4 spots. The green flag waves, and here we go again at Charlotte. Let's keep an eye on car 66, see what he does. And oh! Jeremy Stegall saved it coming down to turn number 2. I thought he was spun around there for a minute. A lot of these cars kind of filling around though, coming out of the second turn though. And now, just like I saw in the FedEx Nationwide Series race, we see a lap car, damaged up lap car, hang up the entire field, and one of them involves Keith Batson and Dylan Poteet, our winner of the Winston All-Star race. Jeffrey Finguy in their 12, he's right there. So is the damaged up cars of Keith Batson and Rush Gardner and Joshua Osborne. Osborne's car looks like a modified car. Ryan Cooper chugging along, so is Jack Richards. And meanwhile, Red Bell has the lead in car 43, but only momentarily because here comes Zed Weinstein in the 70. He's going to take the lead, but he's got Aaron Williams right behind him in car 25. So it's Williams out to the lead, but look at Charles Jackson, number 8 Snickers Buick, to the inside. He's in third right now, but trying for the lead because here comes Jackson to the inside. He's going to make a 3-wide for the lead in turn number 1. Boy, Williams and Weinstein getting a little cozy coming in turn number 1. And now Red Bell caught in a sucker hole. Here comes Ty Sheets in car 75. And oh, trouble! Red Bell just took Ty Sheets and about 4 others with him. Cameron Gilson, Dalton Day's crashed. A horrible crash. Joshua Osborne hitting Dalton Day. Dylan Poteet. Jeffrey Finguy. Aaron Williams. Cameron Gilson's in it. Charles Jackson. Zed Weinstein's crashed. Chris Thornton. Keith Batson. All out of the race. What happened? Justin Williams, he was crashed too. The battle for the lead turned into a demolition derby. Watch what happened in turn number 3 here. Ty Sheets and Carson was going for the lead. Red Bell turns, yeah, it all happened in a split second. Red Bell turned Ty Sheets into the wall. Collected Aaron Williams and Charles Jackson. Watch the 57 of Cameron Gilson. Trent Dunham, he scrapes the, Cameron Gilson hits hard. Dalton Day, he hit Ty Sheets as well. Adrian Becker, she escapes damage. Dylan Poteet gets turned. Horrible crash in turn number 4. And, Chris Thornton, he slams hard into Zed Weinstein. Pieces coming out of that 66 car. I hope there is a junk pile big enough to hold all of these cars. That was just caused by just a simple little, I don't know what kind of movie y'all want to call it, but we're going to go a little deeper in the field as the wreck starts to unfold. Now Ty Sheets is going to turn into Charles Jackson and Aaron Williams. Now Zeb Weinstein, Red Bell will get collected up. The front 6 cars or so, they all get through. Cameron Gilson's going to start in on this deal too. Trent Dunham got scraped up just a little bit in the 1 car. Cameron Gilson, here comes the hit he takes right here in the 57 car. Just missed Zeb Weinstein and Red Bell, but Ty Sheets, Dalton Day, he hits hard. Dylan Poteet slams into Zed Weinstein. So does Keith Batson. Here he comes and hard into Aaron Williams. Joshua Osborne split the hole there. Field goal, 3 points. "12 cars in 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 cars involved in this crash here at Charlotte. Unbelievable. And we have got, let's say we got 16 cars out of the race already. 21 are still left to go. Sean Henley has the lead in this race. And so, let's go through the attrition list here as we about to go back under green. Charles Jackson's out of the race. Retired. Cole Moore with a piston problem. Jeffrey Fenguy, overheating problem. Header problem for Dale Keselowski. Ty Sheets, Cameron Gilson, Aaron Williams, Dalton Day, Zed Weinstein, Dylan Poteet, Josh Osborne, Keith Batson, Chris Dawson, Jonathan Ramey, Leah Walker, and Theo Stegall, all because of crashes. And Keith Batson, by the way, will not go 2 in a row in the 600. He is out of the race. He was the winner of this race last season. But Sean Henley is one of the 21 still running. He is the leader here today at Charlotte right now. As we're about to complete that number 14, as we're about to get this race, we started on lap 15 of this event. And Batson runs in second position, so all's not lost for the Batsons yet. Sam Young, Jasmine Acosta, and Johnny Gardner in the top 5. The green flag waves, and we're about to get underway. Here we go at Charlotte. Sam Young in car 26, wasting no time. He goes inside of Ann Batson in car number 3. Pontiac in first, Ford in second, Chevy in third, and 2 Fords right behind as Jasmine Acosta and Johnny Gardner form a little hookup behind Sam Young. And Sam Young going for the lead in car 26, and he's got it. Sam Young, who won earlier this season at Rockingham. But here comes Jasmine Acosta. She's got the draft off Johnny Gardner in car 2. Pichu London's in there. Dylan Young's in there. And it's Acosta going into the lead in car number 7. But look at Johnny Gardner. He's got a strong horse in it. Number 2, Miller Genuine Draft Ford. Making his return to Castrol GTX Cup Series Racing. And his returns have all been a rocky one for him. Pichu London not even inside. He's got the helper Dylan Young. Mitchell Jones in a 90, the rookie. Mike Becker in car 15. He's in there. Nick Baxter. Jeremy Stegall. Sam Young and Sean Henley and Ann Batson have all fallen back. Dion Scott. There's Ann Batson in the 3 car. Trent Dunham in the 1. Scraped up, but he's still making a go of it. They're averaging laps of over 187 miles per hour. 188 miles per hour on a few cars. Pichu London out front. Fords sweep the top 5 spots right now. Mike Becker, car 15, goes into second position now. In the third comes a 9 of Nick Baxter. Jeremy Stegall in the 6th car runs in 4th position. And Johnny Gardner going for 5th inside of Mitchell Jones in the 90. A lap away from the halfway point here at Charlotte. Or a lap and a half away, I should say, excuse me, from the halfway point. And Jeremy Stegall. Nope. Pichu London still leads, actually. 19 in the books, 21 to go here at Charlotte in the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour. Jack Richards just up ahead in the 21st position. He's still running. So the Daytona 500 winner having a tough run at Charlotte. Gardner goes into second position now as the halfway lap is now been run. 20 laps down, 20 laps to go. As Pichu London has the lead, Johnny Gardner goes into second, and Batson in the 3 goes into third. And finished second in this race, 1 season to go to Keith Batson. And what a moment that was. Husband finishes first and wife finishes second. And hope she can up that spot by 1 here today in the 600. But look at Jack Richards, he's held up the field. So coming down the backstretch there, almost a pace lap like going on. And Johnny Gardner's going to follow Pichu London, and Batson's going to get hung behind Jack Richards. Dylan Young goes by, so does Jasmine Acosta, Mitchell Jones, Nick Baxter, Mike Becker, Rush Gardner, Trent Dunham. Boy, Jack Richards made a lot of people mad right now. Look at that. And Batson and Jeremy Stegall still can't get out from behind Jack Richards. And now Ann finally goes back out from behind Jack Richards. Boy, you talking about a woman PO'd right now. She was running 10th. Or she was running 3rd, and now she's dropped back to the 15th position, way, way behind the rest of the field. And now Ryan Cooper's the next one to be under the gun by the leading field. Pichu London still out in front in car number 21. Cooper's just right up ahead. Now let's see who gets hung up behind or what. This is Charlotte's going to become hung up behind Speedway here. And now Dylan Young's hung up behind Ryan Cooper. So is Johnny Gardner. Mitchell Jones is out here by Nick Baxter, Mike Becker, Jasmine Acosta. And Johnny Gardner's getting caught up in the second hole now, and he puts Ryan Cooper in the wall. Trent Dunham's in the grass. And Dunham goes back up the track, and Dunham saved it. Boy, something's going to be done about traffic in Charlotte. I don't know what's going on here. Nonetheless, we're still 15 laps from the finish here at Charlotte. Jasmine Acosta, you see her, she's running 4th. Pichu London still out front, car 21. Nick Baxter in the second position now. Mitchell Jones in the 3rd, Acosta's 4th, and Mike Becker still 5th. Last lap by over 184 miles per hour for Pichu London. Jack Richards is still about half a lap ahead of the field, so don't know if he'll be a factor again when it comes to lap traffic. And now Acosta and Becker form a little hookup for the second position now. Johnny Gardner and Dylan Young's getting themselves back in the mix. So is Sam Young in the 26, Dylan's brother. And now Becker and Acosta, they've hooked back up to the back bumper of Pichu London's car. Ford's running first, second and third, and was running fourth there with Johnny Gardner, but now Dylan Young has broken that battle up with an Oldsmobile, and Sam Young's going to try to make a forward sweep, and here comes Acosta. Acosta and Becker hooking up for the lead, and move Jasmine Acosta in the first place in car number 7, Mike Becker. Now he goes inside of Jasmine. Jasmine leads that lap, 11 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 600. Who will it be? At Charlotte, Mike Becker in a battle now with Pichu London for second. Dylan Young right behind, so is Sam Young. Jack Richards now coming out of turn number 4. Jasmine Acosta goes into turn 3 now. So lap traffic will be a factor again, so we'll see what happens when they get up to Jack Richards for a second time. Sam Young and Mitchell Jones now going for second and third. That was the copter cam there. Richards still just a little ways ahead of Acosta. 9 laps to go for Jasmine Acosta, car number 7. Now can she get by Jack Richards? Okay. Now they're hung up behind again. Sam Young chose the outside lane again. Now Jasmine gets it out from under Richards' way now. Johnny Gardner shows the inside line now in car number 2. Nick Baxter, Pichu London, there's Rush Gardner, Ann Batson. She's moved her way back into the field. Dion Scott, Jeremy Stegall. Trent Dunham makes it 3 wide between him, Sam Young, and Mitchell Jones. And Dunham, what a power move for Trent Dunham in car number 1. I say those lap cars have made no friends so far here at Charlotte, but Johnny Gardner here, he comes in the inside car number 2 for the lead, and he's got it. 4 Ford sweep the top 4, but the Chevrolet in 5th now with Ann Batson. Here comes Pichu London. He wants that lead back that he had a few laps ago. Ryan Cooper just up ahead in car number 24. He's another lap car. Here comes Pichu London on the inside of Johnny Gardner, car number 2. And 21 side by side. Gardner led the lap. 6 laps to go here. Here comes Ann Batson. She's shoving Pichu London up to the lead now. Batson trying for 3rd. And now her and Jasmine Acosta makes a hookup for the 2nd spot. Right by Johnny Gardner. 5 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 600. Acosta now dives inside of Batson. Or does Batson move back up in front of Jasmine? She does. Now they're starting to come up on Cooper now. Let's see what happens this time by though when they get behind Ryan Cooper in the 24. And Ann Batson used him as a pick. And now we're going to have the large drivers mad lap cars here after Charlotte again. Now Jeremy Stegall goes in the 2nd position now. Sam Young inside for 3rd. Now can Jeremy Stegall go by Ann Batson for the top spot? 3 laps to go. Jeremy Stegall puts car number 6 on the inside of Ann Batson. Here they come. Jeremy Stegall to the inside for the lead. But Sam Young in car 26, he's got other thoughts for a 2nd spot. 2 laps to go at Charlotte. Sam Young inside of Jeremy Stegall. And Young shoves Stegall up the track now. If those two can battle side by side, it's going to open it up for Ann Batson to hopefully, maybe for her, pull ahead and get her first win of the season. She went winless in season 6. But it's not over yet. Jeremy Stegall may make one last charge. The white flag waves, one more to go in Charlotte for the 600. Will it be Ann Batson or Sam Young or Jeremy Stegall in victory lane? Sam Young, he gets past Jeremy Stegall in car 26. But Cole Dowd's just up ahead in a 10 car. Will they get hung up behind him before the checkers? I don't think it will. Off of corner number 4 they come. It will not happen for Sam Young. Ann Batson will win the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. She has done it. Car number 3, the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. So, well, Keith Batson may not defend his title at Charlotte, but it stays in the Batson family at Charlotte as Ann takes home the victory this time. Car number 3, the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, wins the race here. Second was Sam Young in car 26. Jeremy Stegall, oh so close, comes home 3rd. Dylan Young finishes 4th. 5th was Dion Scott. Nope. Who was 5th? 5th was Mike Becker in car number 15. But, boy, what a race. 130.616 miles an hour the average speed. And the win to Ann Batson, car number 3. Wins the race here today. We gave you the top 5s. Ann Batson, Sam Young, Jeremy Stegall, Dylan Young, Mike Becker. Dion Scott comes home 6th. 7th was Sean Hanley. 8th, Mitchell Jones. 9th, Rush Gardner. Jasmine Acosta dropped to 10th. Nick Baxter, 11th. Johnny Gardner, 12th. Trent Dunham, 13th. Then Pichu London, Cody Lamas, Adrian Becker, Red Bell, Justin Williams, and Cole Dowley was the last car to lead lap. Ryan Cooper and Jack Richards, 20th and 21st. And, boy, all the cars out of the race. There's all the cars out of the race, and 22nd down to 37th. Boy, what a mess that was at Charlotte. But even though Keith Batson crashed out and didn't defend his title at Charlotte, all was not lost for the Batson Doobie team. Ann Batson, car number 3, to victory lane in the Coca-Cola 600. What a victory for Ann. A well-needed one, too, for her in some ways. And that moved Ann, actually, in fact, up to 7th in points. They're that close together. Sam Young holds a 168-point lead. He's got a big lead on Mike Becker, who's 2nd right now. Ty Sheets, Keith Batson's 4th. 5th is Theo Stegall, Sean Hanley, Ann Batson, Jeremy Stegall, Trent Dunham, and Cody Lamas, the top 10. Mitchell Jones down in 20th position in the points chase right now. And there's the rest of the finishing. There's the rest of the order right now in points chase. Boy, a lot of big names down there. Here, Ryan Cooper in 21st position. Adrian Becker, 26th. Jasmine Acosta, 27th. Charles Jackson, 30th. Aaron Williams, 31st. Red Bell, 32nd. Dylan Poteet, 33rd in points. And Joshua Osborne, 35th. Johnny Gardner, 36th. So, a lot of the big names down there. Dover's next up on the tour for the Autism Speaks 400. Don't miss it.